What's the difference between a salesperson and an entrepreneur? Who is an entrepreneur actually? And this is my definition. Of course, it's borrowed from many places, borrowed from my commerce lessons, my MBA lessons. And they say that an entrepreneur is someone who organizes the resources. I remember my high school training on factors of production. We were told that there were 3 factors then. It was labor, it was land, and capital. So I look at land as a natural resource because it's not basically just land in itself. It's a natural resource. And when I was doing my MBA at Regent Business School, they added a 4th one, which is the entrepreneur. And the entrepreneur is now one who organizes these 3 factors of production to create a solution for the people who need it. Now, basically, in our case, we can call them the customers or the consumers. So entrepreneurship then becomes the ability to organize all the factors of production and bring a solution. So what is the role of an entrepreneur in all this? So we have labor. So that means you need people, human resource. You need people to work with you so that you organize them in a way that they will produce a solution. Of course, you need the resources. If you're innovating a product, say a new mobile phone, there need to be the natural resources. And then there need to be capital. This is the financing, the money. And I want to add something else that an entrepreneur needs to have, the appetite for risk, because entrepreneurs are risk takers, When you're organizing all these factors of production, you're actually taking on a risk because that solution you have designed may be bought or not. You stand to lose. Or these factors of production that you have, some you may lose them. And that's why I think an entrepreneur is a very gifted person. And there's a question that I get to hear all the time. Can everybody become an entrepreneur? My opinion, yes, everybody can be an entrepreneur. But not everybody needs to be an entrepreneur. I hope I'm communicating. Basically, we cannot be all entrepreneurs. There's, however, a special behavior or character or a special gifting that an entrepreneur have. Some level of resilience that I have not seen with other people. This resilience whereby you stay at it even when things are not working out. And I think because of that, many entrepreneurs are also more prone to depression, mental breakdown, because you stay on something. Sometimes it is not really working, but you stay at it. I saw somewhere that an entrepreneur's day looks like, it looks like they wake up and they are feeling, oh my goodness, I'm going to transform the world. And then at 10 a.m., like, oh my goodness, I don't think I can change the world. And then in the afternoon, oh, I got it. I think I'm figuring there's some light at the end of the tunnel. And then see them at 3 o'clock. Oh my goodness, I messed up. This whole thing is not working. And then you find them at 5 o'clock and they just had a meeting with some investors. They're like, I think we are hacking it. I think we are nailing it. And it keeps fluctuating. And that's the journey of an entrepreneur. You need some level of, fortitude, resilience, or is it grit? Can we call it grit? Some level of grit that keeps you going despite all these motions that happen. Because I will tell you, as I am an entrepreneur, and I can tell you, many times you actually have not figured anything out. And your employees, your staff, are looking up to you, and they believe that you're actually going somewhere. Because you've already sold and clarified this vision. You see it so clearly, but the between where we are now and where the vision is, oh my goodness, is a whole journey that the entrepreneur has not figured it out. And that's why it's important when you get a job to work in an organization, they're hiring you to fix the journey. They know where the business is going. They know the impact they want to create. They know where they are. They're hiring you to figure out the journey. And this is where I say not everyone actually should be an entrepreneur in that sense. But everyone should be an entrepreneur. And this is where I say that salespeople are the best entrepreneurs that I know. Why? Because now they bring in their creative genius in the business. They bring in the how. They create new ways of the how. They may not take the risk of, bringing in the capital and bringing in the human resource and the resources, the other resources that are needed. But they need to bring their genius into the business. So I normally say that salespeople are entrepreneurs in that sense, in the sense that they see opportunities, they see the problems, and they find solutions using the products that the entrepreneur has created, or even helping in innovating new products. And that said, then you an employee, whether you're in finance, whether you're in IT, start looking at yourself as a salesperson, because I define sales as the ability to help the customer succeed. So whatever it is you do in your organization should be contributing to helping the customer succeed with your product or with your solution. I like this story about J.F. Kennedy. For those of you who have read his speech. So J.F. Kennedy, when he became president, he was presented with 10 ideas. And he was supposed to choose one that he was going to focus on in a decade. And he chose one idea, which was to take the man to the moon. And he said,
"We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win, and the others too."
That we choose to take the man to the moon, not because it is easy, but because it is so hard that it will help us organize all our resources to achieve this one goal and many other goals. And that meant that everybody, all these resources, remember we have the human resource, we have the natural resources, we have the capital, all this was going to be organized to take the man to the moon. And other books, other authors have said that if you went to this organization, NASA, and asked the cleaner or the watchman, "What are you doing? What is your role here?" They will say, "I am taking the man to the moon." So they were able to see their role as part of the big goal, which is to take the man to the moon. And that's why you need people, you need to employ people, and if you're an employee, you need to be that person that is so focused to achieving this one goal. And an organization should be focused in helping the customer to succeed with your solutions. So whether you're a cleaner, whether you're a watchman, whatever you are in this organization, start seeing yourself as this salesperson who is helping the customer succeed. And for me, that's the difference between an entrepreneur and a salesperson. A salesperson is an entrepreneur who may not have contributed the resources or may not have organized the resources, but they are focused in helping the customer to succeed. So next time when you're hiring or when you're being hired, start looking at yourself as the salesperson or as the entrepreneur in this business. And when we start looking at ourselves in this way, then our customers will succeed, businesses will grow, and will keep creating new jobs. One of the tasks that I task all the staff that I hire in my company is that you're coming in here and you must create a job for someone else. You see that relative, you see that cousin, you see that friend that you left out there. You're here to do one thing, create a job for them. It is not my work to create the jobs, but my work is to create an environment that you're going to succeed, you're going to grow and create another one job for others. That is the work of now an entrepreneur. So thank you very much. Did you disagree? Do you agree with my view of entrepreneurship and sales? If you do, whatever it is, whether you agree or disagree, please type in the comment section. Let's have this conversation. Let's keep the conversation going. And eventually, we are going to find an agreement or a way that we can move forward. So if you like the content, please share, please subscribe and share with your friends, relatives and colleagues, and let's keep giving, let's keep serving every day. See you in the next video.